Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode number 8, Boots on the Ground.
I can't believe I feel like I say this every week no matter what show we're watching, but I can't believe it's episode 8 already. I feel like Atlanta just started.
I know, I do too. So we start out, I thought this was kind of cute. We start out with Shemeah is singing this country song that she made up about Portia's birthday and Drew sucking lollipops.
Yeah.
And the arguments between the girls.
I really love Shemeah. I don't think we knew how funny Shemeah really was until this season.
I really love Shemeah as well. I do.
And it makes sense because all of them like Shemeah. I don't think she has a problem with anybody. You would know better because I stopped watching for a couple of seasons, but maybe it was just because they were both friends. But I feel like Marlo might have.
I mean, I don't remember her specifically having a problem with Shemeah. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
But everybody likes her, and for good reason. She's really funny. I would love to hang out with her.
Yes, I love Shemeah.
After watching the bartending trip.
Oh, gosh, that was so funny. So it's Nashville, day 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Britt is talking to Mike on FaceTime, and she's saying how Angela rubbed her the wrong way. Specifically, she was referring to the brunch, how she felt like she was supporting Kenya.
Why? Because she said in however she worded it.
Because she questioned her, basically.
She questioned her.
That's what happened.
Her out because she was lying about her license.
Right. And then she didn't like the way that she was advocating for Drew to come on the trip. And, Portia we see the next morning, we see Portia's in her room snoring still. And Angela's pouring champagne for making mimosas. Then we see Shemeah's on the phone with Shiloh's doctor and her husband, through FaceTime. Yeah. And her daughter has been sick for 2 weeks, and the doctor says she has an ear infection, and, they're going to get an antibiotic. And then Shemeah really gets very emotional, and, she starts crying. She's like, listen, my husband really wants a son, and he is such a good dad. And you could see he's such a good dad.
He is solid. Gerald,
yes.
Is that his name?
Yes, Gerald,
he is solid, man.
She's really
lucky. She got lucky. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure she's just as equally as a good wife as he is a good husband, but they seem solid together. I like them.
Yeah. So she says, she's going to do everything she can, and if it's God's plan, then, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Then we see Angela's talking to Cynthia and is saying that her loyalty is to Drew, Angela's loyalty.
I mean, I wonder why. Did they have an established friendship prior to this season?
I think they did.
They must have.
Because they did say in the very beginning they were both from Chicago.
Yeah.
So Chi-town. Yeah, I think that they did. And I feel like she is a loyal friend. And I kind of like that because we don't see that. And we certainly, I think we're going to find out, we're not going to see that with Portia and Shemeah because,
something happens.
Yeah. I mean, I really appreciate a loyal friend. I really do.
Sure.
I do.
Sure.
And even Cynthia, Cynthia is the voice of reason. She listens to all the ladies, but she tells you her opinion, And I like that. I really like that, 1, she knows them. 2, she's been around a long time. And the other thing is, listen, she doesn't really have, a reason to fight with these ladies, right?
No, she's a friend of. She can come and go as she pleases.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to have a storyline. She's not trying to get her peach back. She's very happy where she is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good place to be.
It is a good place to be. It really is. It really is. Then Drew shows up and she sees her bunk bedroom and she's not too happy about that. But whatever.
She should see how the other ones are living in camp.
I know.
Portia.
I don't think that that's any better, to be honest with you.
I would take the bunk beds to myself than sleeping in a row room with 6 other girls.
And then we find out that they're not even sleeping in their own beds. They're sleeping together anyway, sharing a damn bed.
I never understood that. Listen, I am forced to share a bed right now. When that is no longer a thing,
I hear you. I
I'm
hear you.
sleeping. So, as a matter of fact, once one of my kids moves out, I'm making a closet/office for myself, and there will be some kind of sleeping apparatus in there.
Good. That's a good thing. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
And
nothing
I
like
love
it.
my husband,
Right.
but I wanna sleep alone.
So when Drew shows up, Angela suggests that, Drew speaks to Portia and to kind of get the heat off of her, which I understand. Like she was taking it for her, even though she did invite her and whatever. Now that Drew's there, she's like, listen, just go talk to her.
Yeah.
Portia's up and she's talking about how they're going whiskey tasting or bartending. And Drew sees Portia right away, gives her a hug and wishes her a happy birthday, which I was like, okay, it's gonna go well. I really thought at this point we were gonna do, it was gonna go well. Then we see they're all on the bus going to where they're going, and Shemeah starts crying
Yeah, like, out of nowhere,
out
right?
of nowhere.
I'm like, "Did I miss something?" I had to, like, rewind.
Yeah. I thought it was about, like, her daughter, because we just saw
Yes.
that. I thought something
Yes,
happened
because she
with her
got
daughter.
emotional on the call.
Yeah, so no, we find out that she was married for 1 year in 2005, and, she was a domestic violence survivor. Like, she
Yeah.
left the marriage and she got divorced, and then they show the clip where she talked about it on Kenya's PSA, and I remember her doing the PSA, and I remember Cynthia's mother but I did not remember Shemeah talking until they played it.
Yeah, I just got the chills because I
Yeah,
remember them filming that, the
yeah.
PSA, and Cynthia's mom, telling her story.
Yeah, and she said that this woman, who she knew, she tried to explain to her what happened, and the woman just, like, stopped talking to her, and she didn't wanna hear what she had to say, and then all of a sudden, she gets a text from her out of the blue.
I wonder what prompted that.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah, I wonder what prompted that.
I don't know. I don't know, but, as soon as she got the text, like, it brought her back to that place, and she felt like, okay, my feelings are validated and I get why she was emotional. Like it, totally makes sense. But it's just so weird that out of the blue, I mean, 20 years later, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm sure it was nice. I mean, just to hear her say, like, when he did that to her in that I'm sure it was more than one time, but the
Yeah.
specific episode that she discussed when she was
Yes.
popped out of her shoes, everybody was staring at her. It was humiliating. Like,
Hmm.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. So,
Yeah.
that validation of somebody actually acknowledging it,
Yeah. Even if it is 20 years later, right?
absolutely. It's never
Yeah.
too late, right.
So then group one was the Coyote Ugly Bar, and that was Portia, Shemeah, and Kelly. And they start out on the bar, on their knees, doing shots with no hands.
So, I don't know if this was a thing when you turned 21, but this was a thing when I turned 21. Like, you had to do a shot like that, and, of course, the shot was called a blowjob, and it was, I forget, Kahlua and then, of course, whipped cream. So, I went out with my friends, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the shot without using my hands.
Were your knees on the bar though, or were
No,
no,
I'm
right.
not that nimble.
That's
That's
honey
not how we roll here in Brick, New Jersey.
Yeah, that was the thing that really got me. I was like, "How the hell are they up on that bar?"
It's gotta be a big bar.
I mean, it does.
Eventually, I will say, I did figure it out how to do the shot without using my hands, but there was no whipped cream involved. It's the whipped cream that jams you up with those blowjob shots. But yeah, no, I never got on the bar on my knees.
Yeah, I mean, when I was 21, we were not doing those. I mean, I've heard of the blowjob shot, probably I don't know. I mean, I think I have done it, but I doubt I've done it without my hands. I don't think I could. I'll be
Not
quite honest.
easy.
I
It's
don't
not
think
easy.
I don't think I could. Listen, I don't like to spill, I don't like to dribble.
I know.
It would be a mess.
Yeah, it is. It is a mess.
Listen, I think they all had clear liquor in theirs, which was
Yes.
good, and there was no whipped cream involved. And listen, I think that these are seasoned pros, these ladies. I
I mean,
think
clearly they've
I
done some
think
shots
I think so. I think so.
and they've done things without their hands.
Yes, so good for them. Good for them.
Yes. And they were clearly the more fun group.
Oh, yes. Yes. I would have listen, if I had the choice, I would have went with them, and I definitely would have
Absolutely.
learned how to be a bartender as opposed to whiskey tasting because I really don't like whiskey. I don't care to learn about whiskey. I no.
No, they had more fun.
Yeah, so then the second group was Cynthia, Drew, Britt, and Angela, and, they're sipping their whiskey, and they didn't like it either. It didn't seem like any of them liked it.
Mm-mm.
Drew suggests bringing a bottle of whiskey with a picture of all the girls back to Portia for her birthday, and the ladies are like, "Great, that's a good idea."
Mm.
Angela says that they missed Drew last night, and the ladies that are there agree. But Britt says, you're playing the victim to Angela. You
Right.
invited, right, you invited Drew without Portia's permission because, they gave her heat about it the night before. And Angela kept saying, like, she didn't exactly say she wasn't invited. She said, the people in the call are invited. And Angela said, well, I'm going to invite Drew. And then she ended the call. She's like, oh, I can't hear you. So she is right in that respect.
I mean, it's semantics, but
It is
yeah,
semantics. It is
Portia never
semantics.
came out and said, "No, I do not want Drew there."
Right. And
She never said it.
she keeps saying, I'm going to rise above it. I'm going to rise above it. But she's
Well,
not,
that's what I have written down.
right. She's not
Like, did
rising above it.
Portia make up her mind? She just said she's cool with her being there, and then all of a sudden she's talking shit about her again. But she's only talking shit about her. Well, no, she does talk shit about her with Shemeah and Kelly. But Portia in her confessionals tries to be such a hard ass, right?
Right. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
then nothing to her face.
Exactly. And even when this comes up, Cynthia's like, listen, because then Angela says, Britt says to her, like, you're playing victim. And then it goes back to again what happened between Britt and Angela at the brunch because Angela questioned her about what she was saying about the license, right?
Right, right.
And Cynthia's like, listen, you can't tell this woman how to show up and behave unless she went through with what she went through. And that I 100% agree with. But
Totally.
it's not that she was telling her how to behave. She was just saying, like, listen, we can still, because, Drew even jumped, like, we can still be friends with Kenya and still listen to your side of the story. Like, we don't have to ostracize her because we've known her for how long, right?
Right.
Like, we can have both. Both can exist. Like, we can support you and not hate her. I
And
mean,
the thing with Britt was, it was only when Angela said, "How so?
exactly.
How did you lose your lit?" She got nasty.
Right.
She got
Exactly.
nasty.
Exactly. Right.
Like, read the motherfucking room. Like,
Yes.
first of all,
Yes.
what does that even mean?
Right.
That's so not, like, the appropriate
No, and by the
reference
way, you're
here.
outside. There's no room.
Exactly, exactly. We're not in a room.
Right. There is no room.
So, there's that. But yet she was just so hot. She came in so hot with that.
She did, but I felt like at that whiskey tasting with Drew and Cynthia and Britt and Angela, I felt like they all came to an agreement that they were going to move forward. Like
Yes.
Angela and Britt were going to be okay.
Yes.
And I said, okay, that's good, right?
Right. At least
Right.
that's out of the way.
Right. And then they get back to the house and all the groups get back to the house and they have 2 hours before the cowboy dinner because Portia has set up this cowboy dinner. She's got the chef coming over. She's got the cowboy bartender. But all the ladies are drunk at this point because they've all been drinking, right?
Heavy.
Yes.
And you're on vacation. You should be.
Yeah, no, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you know that this is a recipe for disaster, right? It's just a recipe for disaster. So the two hot cowboy bartenders are there. Portia just got off the phone with Dennis and PJ. And after well, we find this out later, but we saw the phone call with Dennis and PJ and everything's good. And then all of a sudden she comes down, even because she had said many times in the episode that she was fine with Drew. And then all of a sudden, like the Cowboys are teaching them how to dance, and then they're back at the table, and Portia's sitting at the table, and all the ladies are like, "What's wrong?" Like something is wrong. Like they could see her energy and her vibe was off, and she's just like,
Way off.
"Yeah," and you could see it. It was obvious, and even I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm just tired."
No. She made it so awkward. It was so
She
awkward.
really made it awkward. It was very unclear what was going on. Drew is like, I thought we were good. Like I thought, and what did she say to her? She said, "We're all right.
She said, "You're straight.
You're
We're
straight.
straight."
You're straight." And listen, I thought you're straight meant you're okay, but apparently it doesn't. Because when she said that, Drew's like, you know what? I wanted to make this work. I brought you a gift. I'm going to leave it here for you. I'm just going to get up and leave because I don't, it's fine. I don't feel welcome. So she like excuses herself.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look up what "you're straight" really means.
Yes, because
'Cause I don't think it means what we thought it means.
apparently not. Because if she said that to me, I'd be like, okay, good, we're straight. And be
We're
like, no,
straight.
no, no. I guess their straight is our crooked.
Exactly.
So then what happens? Dealing with
Well,
Drew.
first of all, can we just talk about how thirsty AF Dennis really is?
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, we can. Because he is the problem in this situation.
He's 100% the problem. And at first I was like, come on, Portia, like just fucking say it to Drew. Just say it. But when she says at the end, like, I had a conversation with Dennis about that. So he's the problem. Like she's even
Right.
acknowledging
Right.
he's the
He
problem.
is the problem. Right.
Now she
Right.
said she wasn't a mean girl, which she wasn't a mean girl to her. She wasn't mean to Drew. Even prior to the phone call, she could have said something to Drew instead of just talking shit so much behind her back. But what was Portia saying about Angela setting Drew up? Did you catch that? She was saying with Shemeah and Kelly, because who brought it up? Shemeah said that Angela said last night that Kelly and Drew were shading her before the brunch or something. And Portia's like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's setting her up. She was talking Portia was talking about Angela setting Drew up, but I quite honestly did not follow it. I couldn't
I
like
didn't even pick that up, to be quite honest with you. I
yeah,
didn't even realize that. I did not. No, I didn't pick that up because the next thing I was like, Cynthia, when Drew left and Portia, like they all kind of disbanded, Portia went up to her room and Cynthia said, like, what's going on? And that's when we find out that there was another phone call
right.
after she got off the phone with Dennis, and that that's when we know what's going on. But Portia then says, "Let's just let this go and let's all get a shot." And then they all go outside and they're in their swimsuits and they're doing shots and they're drinking and they're having a
That
great
was
time.
Portia, Shemeah, Britt,
Everyone but Angela and Drew. Oh wait,
everybody.
Cynthia wasn't there
Cynthia
either.
wasn't there either. That's what I thought. So there were 4 of them. Kelly, Portia, Shemeah, and Britt,
Yes,
right? Those
yes,
4. Okay.
yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes. So the next morning, we see Angela talking to the producer, and she said Portia was inebriated, and she names those four people at the pool, and she heard them saying my name. She said, like, I heard them saying my name and talking about my dress and my husband. And she started to record it, but it was all kind of like muffled.
I don't like that she did that.
I
If
don't
she
like that
heard
she
them talking about her. See, the problem was production wasn't filming it, though. That's probably why she started recording it.
right.
But you know what? If she
Why
would've
weren't they filming it though? Why wasn't production filming it?
I mean, obviously, we know at some point production shuts down. I mean, we know that
But
with the
not
whole
if they're all
Bolo thing.
well, yeah. I was gonna say,
I'm
like, not if they're
saying after
still
a certain
yeah.
time, like even, in what had just happened in New York, production was shut down. They picked back up when the
Y
whole thing went down with Bryn and
yeah,
Uba.
yeah.
I guess at like, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're like, all right, we're gonna shut this. We have to get some sleep at some point.
Right.
And that's probably when the housewives are like, giddy up. Like now we can now we can really do what we want.
Yeah. But what really caught Angela off guard with that whole thing is not that so much that they were talking about her or even that they were talking about her husband. It's when Portia said, I might just fuck her husband.
You better watch out or I'll fuck her husband, something like
Yep.
that.
Yep. And
And
that's
of all
when,
people to say that,
because
Portia,
if she says that, she's going to do it.
right.
She's going to do it.
History has shown that
Right.
it can be done.
Yes. And Angela thinks that, all those women there, like she said, they're all puppets to her.
Yeah.
And listen, I can see that Angela is a strong woman and she doesn't take
Mhm.
shit.
Right.
which is why I'm surprised that she didn't just go out there and confront them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
She should
surprised
have
she
because
didn't.
production would have picked back up and we all would have seen it.
Yeah, yeah. Because even the next morning, you hear them in the bed. They're like, "What was Angela doing recording us? She was looking through the window." And you do see some scenes where you could see her looking through the window.
Yeah.
So I
Shit, if
don't.
I heard my name, I would too. I
Me
don't think
too.
I'd bust my phone out. I would have went downstairs and been like, "What's,"
Right.
or at least just listen. Like I wouldn't have recorded. I would have just like listened and been like, "Okay," like take note. And then the next morning been like, "This is what I heard." I guess at that point they could deny it.
Right.
But who cares? Let them deny it. If you know you're not a liar,
Right. Right.
you got 4 people there who were hearing the same thing.
Yeah. And they even repeated it the next morning.
Kelly totally repeated it, right?
Yes.
Was it Kelly?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's right there. Like you didn't even need to record it.
Yeah. And Kelly even said, she's like, "I don't know. I just thought we were down there making a music video."
It kinda looked like they were.
I was like, "Oh, Kelly."
I like her. I like her a lot.
I
She's,
do
like, just
too.
down to have a good time, Kelly, it seems
Yeah.
like. And I
Yeah.
and I like that, like, "Oh my god, like, please, for the love of God, keep her.
Yes. Yes.
She likes to have a good time. She is not drama, and we need that."
Yeah. But I am still on the on the fence about Angela because I just like, although I like her, I think she's a strong woman and I don't think she takes shit. I feel like there's something that we're missing.
I agree with you.
I don't know what it is though. I don't
I
have a
totally agree with you. I mean, listen, if this is true about Charles stepping out and having a baby on her, as Britt says, I'm sure she's got a lot of guards up. She's got her guard up, but there's something else.
right. That's what I'm
Just
saying. Like,
yeah, no, I
I
agree with
don't
you.
think she would let that bother her. She's already dealt with that. She's already
That
been through that. That's old news.
yeah, like people know, so who gives a fuck?
Right. You moved on from that. Like that. I feel like there's got to be something else. And I
Something
just don't.
else.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw on, I think it was TMZ, but somebody caught Andy as he was walking out and asking him all these questions about Kenya and about Atlanta. And Kenya put out a statement that she was invited to the reunion and then she was uninvited to the reunion.
And
And
what did he answer?
he said, "Well, I didn't get to see her full statement." He was on his way someplace, he was getting to a car. He's like, "I can't really comment on it. I didn't get to see her complete statement. And really, I'm just focusing on Atlanta. Like, we've got a really great season left, and that's what I'm focusing." He said nothing.
He
I mean,
said nothing.
it was a typical Andy response. It was just a whole lot of nothing.
I mean, at this point, what can he say? He
Well,
can't
he
say
can't.
anything because
No,
they
he
don't know
can't.
what's going on. It's like asking him about Jersey.
Right. He can't say anything about that either.
Right.
So,
Which, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed on social media. Do you have anything else for Atlanta?
no, that was
No,
it.
me neither. Okay. I don't know if you've noticed on social media but maybe it's me, like maybe it's just the pages that I follow.
Hmm.
But I mean, I check the Rewind whenever, obviously, but I don't see a lot of tree huggers out there anymore.
I don't see a lot of tree huggers either, to be honest
There's
with
not a
you.
lot of support there for her like there used to be.
No, there's not. But you know what? I see so much misinformation out there. I'm so sick of it.
Of course, it's all misinformation.
And it's not just about Jersey. Like, there's a
No.
lot of misinformation out there.
And I hate you know what the problem is? Because I saw after Bethany Frankel came out and said that that statement that was made allegedly by her to Gia Giudice was AI.
Right.
Something else came out from Paige, allegedly. And as soon as I read it, I'm like, that's so not, she definitely did not write that. And
Mm.
then something came out like 2 days ago, which was something else. And I was like, this sounds like AI. This is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Paige on Watch What Happens Live the other day. Did you see her?
I did.
Listen, I mean, I think everything she said was her truth. I don't think that she was lying about anything. Andy did the polls. The audience thinks that Craig was not blindsided. And, you know, I don't know.
Well, I'll stand corrected given the comments from when I said that I didn't think she was the breadwinner. But I did say that I think she had the potential, and Hannah too. They're clearly going to make a lot of money and be successful. I didn't think at the time she said it she was the breadwinner, but I stand corrected. She must be the breadwinner, and God bless her for it.
Yeah, I think she is doing very well. I mean, They did the Jimmy Fallon show. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been on, like, every morning show. They have a book that just came out. Like I said, they did a 60 city tour,
Yeah.
sold out Radio City twice.
And she basically said on Watch What Happens Live, like, "I work more."
Yeah, yeah,
So, like, Craig might just be, and this is no shade, like, no dig at him, he must just be comfortable where he is and
right.
okay with that and happy with that, and that's awesome. And she is,
She's a hustler.
she's younger and she is striving for more, and God
Not
bless her
that
for
much
it.
younger, but she's a
I know, I
hustler.
keep thinking she's so
I
much.
know, but she's just a hustler. It's a different
And
mentality.
she's at a different place, like, she's where he was probably 3 years ago with his sewing down south, like, that's when it kind of really blew up, you know? However involved he is with it, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, we're talking about pillows. I mean, not
Yes,
for
we are
nothing.
talking about
We're talking
pillows.
about pillows. I mean, I don't know. Like, they're just 2 totally different things.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I stand by that I said, though, and you and I both kinda said it, the way Sierra is treating Lexi.
I'm not down with that. I'm really
And
not.
I'll tell you why, because I thought about this after reading some of the comments, because people are not happy with that we said that, but remember when Austin came to visit for Lindsay's birthday?
Yes.
And, okay, Lindsay made out with him. Sierra didn't make out with Jesse, but Sierra, Paige, and Amanda basically made Lindsay out to be public enemy number 1 because of that.
Mhm.
This is not so far off. No, Sierra didn't make out with Jesse, but that door is open for Jesse with Sierra. She's left that door wide open, and
Yes.
Lexi is in the house, and Lexi has slept with him, and you know how he's coming hard for her.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, I stand by exactly what we said.
I
Sierra
do
is
too.
breaking girl code
I
big
do
time.
too. I do too. And it breaks my heart too because I was so team Sierra.
For sure.
I really liked her. I felt like she was done dirty so many times between Austin and Wes and Luke. Like I wanted her to get the guy and get the Prince Charming and like sweep her off her feet. But Jesse is not that guy.
He's so not the one,
He's
Sierra,
not
and I
that
hope she
guy.
gets all of that, everything you just said. I
I do
do hope
too.
she gets it. I'm just a little disappointed that I just think that she's doing what Lindsay did, and they were all so angry at Lindsay, and now they're all hailing Lindsay. Paige is saying that Lindsay raised her now. It's like
I know. I
that
was.
too. It's like, really? Because she was awful to you
I
when
know.
she came on this show. She
I
was
know.
awful to her.
It's so true. I was thinking the same thing. The whole Lindsay and Paige dynamic now, it's like they're like BFFs all of a sudden.
Yeah, and that's great. I'm glad their friendship evolved,
I
but
am too, but come on.
come on.
I know. I know.
Don't let's not forget. And I am an extremist. Like, I don't, I know who fucked my kid over in the 1st grade.
Right.
I know their name, where they live, and what kind of car their mother drives. But
And
that's an extreme.
you know who harassed your sister and where they work and
Damn fucking straight.
yeah, like you don't let it go. You do
I don't
not
let it
let it
go.
go. I know. I know.
Yep.
I know, but
Damn straight.
it's so funny.
So I'm a little bit of an extremist with that, admittedly. But yeah, come on. But I stand by what we said about Sierra, because that's totally hypocritical from
Yeah.
what happened 2 seasons ago with Austin and Lindsay.
So, they just did the reunion the other
Yeah.
day. And did you see the seating chart? Because I
Yeah.
have it here.
Why do you think Amanda got first seat?
I'm thinking something's gonna happen between her and Kyle
Okay.
because I just think that, like, she's like, enough is enough, I
I
think
hope so.
I hope so too, although she is sitting next to him still.
Right.
I mean, and the other thing I was thinking, if that's not it, I don't think that Summer House reunion seating is the same as Housewives
Housewives.
reunion seating
Well, I
because
mean, typically Kyle is always, he's either 1st or 2nd seat from Andy. I think Kyle and Andy must have been friends. Like, they must have had some kind of friendship before this show
you
popped
think
off.
so?
I mean, I don't know. Kyle is such a douchebag.
I mean, he really is.
Like, why did they keep him around and let him promote his
Lover
Clearly
boy
not successful lover.
and his DJ. I mean, even all the nice things Paige was saying about him.
That's what I mean. Like, come on. Ugh, he gives you the ick.
I know. I know. It's so true. It is true.
You know what I was thinking about the reunion?
What?
How happy is West?
Oh my God. He's
Because
so
he
happy.
got, rightfully so, he got pummeled last reunion.
Yes, he
And
did.
he must be sitting back this reunion
He's
like,
like, woohoo.
woo! Exactly.
Yep. Thank God it's not me.
I wonder if he'll try to stick up for his boy, like, because I feel like Jesse did try to stick up for him last, but he got shut down quickly. But he did try.
Yeah, but there's only, your actions are your actions. I mean,
Yeah,
I just wonder, you know, I hope that Lexi stands up for herself. I hope she does. And I think she will. I do think she will.
I do too. So somebody commented, I guess we were talking about how Lexi had a birthday party for herself, and she said that Sierra and Jesse chose to not come and post pictures of themselves together somewhere else. And somebody commented that we should do our homework or something like that because a lot of them didn't show up. But honestly, I got that information from watching an interview with Lexi, and she only mentioned that Jesse and Sierra didn't go.
Right.
He
Exactly.
didn't say that
Exactly.
anybody else didn't go, so I'd be surprised to find out that they didn't.
Right. And anyway, that's the relationship that's in question.
Exactly.
It's the Jesse, Lexi, Sierra relationship. So,
Who
like,
cares?
who cares? Like, who cares if the other players in this game? Because that's not what we were talking about.
Right, it's not relevant.
Right. It's totally not relevant.
Yeah, and they were together taking pictures, the 2 of them.
Right. It was totally intentional.
Absolutely,
It
and
was
it's not
intentional.
nice. Again,
It's
it's
not
just
nice.
not fucking nice.
It's not nice. It's really not. And I really felt like Paige was trying to most in the most recent episode really tell Lexi like this is not the guy like this isn't he's not
Totally
good for
agree.
you. Like
And
and I
what
love
she
that.
said
I love
was
that she was saying that. I love that she was saying that. But like why isn't she saying something to Sierra?
I know.
Because Sierra this whole season too, I feel like Sierra is so there for Paige and saying like, Craig isn't like you can't stay with him because you don't want him to be mad at you. Like that's not the reason to
Yeah.
stay with him. Like Sierra's there for Paige, and Paige I think is giving Lexi solid advice, but Paige is not calling out Sierra for what she's doing.
Yeah, like, stop, like, don't be so flirty with him. She's flirty with him, and I understand that that's the relationship they had prior to Lexi coming in the house,
Right.
but it's different now. And Lindsay and Austin had a past, and you expected Lindsay to change her behavior towards Austin after you
Right.
had a thing with him. So
Right.
why is it different for you?
Right. I totally agree.
And, Paige clearly must have been having these conversations with Craig. We just didn't see it, which is why he's getting so much sympathy and people I really thought he was blindsided. She must have been having these conversations with him, because to me, it makes me uncomfortable that we're watching her basically plan to break up with him, and he's has no idea. And, of course, this is all PTSD from my youth
Right.
and
Right.
things that have happened to me in my past. I gotta bring it back to myself.
Right. Your own trauma.
Right, exactly, my own trauma. But she must have been having these conversations with him, and we're just not seeing it because he wouldn't film it.
Right. Right.
So it
I mean,
does all make sense.
yeah, I think it makes perfect sense. I mean, even the whole thing when Andy asked her on Watch What Happens Live about, you know, are you going to get married at BravoCon? And in like that's as soon as that was said, I was like, there's no world where this would ever happen.
Only thought maybe she said it as a joke to him, like when he said, "What should I do with the ring?" And she was like, "Oh, maybe we'll get married at BravoCon," as a joke. Clearly, Paige is never getting married on TV. I mean, maybe
I don't think
I
she
don't
get me.
even think she would do what Amanda and Kyle did. I
I
really
don't think so.
don't.
I don't think so either. I don't
Yeah,
think
I don't
so.
think she would do it.
No.
So I thought, if anything, she just said it as a joke, like sarcastically.
Yeah. I
But maybe
mean,
she didn't say it at all, and he said she did because he has been a liar.
well, that's what she said. Like everything pretty much he said at the reunion was a lie.
Yeah, he did spin it at the reunion.
Of course he did. Because, like she said, He wanted to
I do agree that he didn't have to, comment on
defend
the
her.
cheating, defend her on the
No,
cheating. Because
no,
honestly, I don't think she cheated on him. I really don't. I
no,
don't think
no.
there was anything else anyone else. I think it was solely about her career, and if she's dating somebody now, who cares? She's dating somebody now, so is he.
Right. And she said that she's not really, it's not, she's just having fun and she's dating. It's not like she's exclusive with anybody. It's
Right,
not like there's one person
right,
and she's having fun as she should be.
as she should be.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
I
even,
think we've beat this
yeah, I think
relationship
yeah,
to death.
yeah, I'm over it. I'm so over it.
I'm over it. But, the season, I mean, I guess the last episode ended where Alexi was basically like, "We're done with Jesse, right? They're done."
Yeah, I think so.
And he was like, "Oh, I thought we were gonna leave this weekend with me saying you're now my girlfriend." Like, what a
Wait,
he's like he's just an overplayed fuck boy like the rest of them.
yeah.
And who was I listening to? And they said production did Bros and Shows.
Okay.
They were saying they asked questions. They asked their viewers questions. They give it questions. And someone said, "Do you think Emrule and Gabby got played dirty by the producers? Because they had no, Emrule was just basically painted as the, sex guy,
Right. Exactly.
and Gabby, nothing."
Yeah, nothing. I mean,
And they agreed. And I agree with them too. I'm sure Emrule has some fucking story, man. He came here as an illegal.
yes.
Like, he's got a story.
Yeah, I agree. I would have liked to seen his story. I would have liked to get to know him. The thing with Gabby though is this isn't her first season. Gabby's been on several seasons and we still don't really know what's going on with Gabby. I think that's a Gabby thing and I think it's because she chooses not to open up.
She does seem like her family is pretty conservative.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think she's ever going to be the girl to hook up on the show, like have the one night stand. Like, I don't think that's going to be her. And that's fine. That's good. I think she's there for Lindsay. I think she's Lindsay's go to now, where Danielle used to be. And now it's Gabby.
Yeah,
I think
but
she's just a friend of.
well, I mean, maybe she is, but they don't really have that role. I mean,
No.
she's on the she's on the picture, like she's in the picture. That other girl is not in the picture.
Yeah.
So, and that other girl's not at the reunion either.
Right.
I wonder
Right.
if they'll mention her.
I know. I know. Bailey, right?
Yeah, Bailey. I couldn't even think of her name. That's it, Bailey. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they will. It was nice to see Tom Schwartz. We saw him on the Valley and Summer House all in the same week.
Yeah, that was nice.
He's
And I don't know if you just saw, but they just posted pictures of Kristen Doute's baby shower that Brittany threw, and Tom Schwartz and Ariana are at the baby shower,
yeah.
which I thought that was, and Jesse was there.
Yes, I saw
I saw Jesse. I was
and
like,
Nia, but not Danny. But I guess somebody's got to watch all those kids.
oh my gosh, yes. I love Nia. I love Nia. I really do.
I do too. And I forget. Maybe it was Bros and Shows. No,
They don't
maybe
like
not.
her?
Not that they don't like her, but they were saying like maybe it wasn't them. I don't want to say it was them. If it was, I was listening to somebody and they were like, when are things going to blow up between those two? Remember last year, like Jax was insinuating something was going to come out about their marriage.
Listen, I don't trust Jax. He's just a deflector. Like, there's nothing truthful that comes out of his mouth ever.
He's possibly the worst person to ever come across our TVs on Bravo.
He really is. He takes narcissists to a whole other level.
Absolutely. I mean, Jesse's a close second, but no, Jax is the epitome of.
I mean, I don't even know if you've seen it, but they have an after show for the Valley. Have you watched that?
No, I haven't. I
You
don't watch any
have to.
after shows.
You
Where do
have
you
to
find them?
on Peacock. They're only on Peacock.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to watch them on Peacock,
Okay.
but you know who's on the after show, which I was like, Lala has a lot of after show, like sit downs, and she's not even, we haven't even
I haven't
seen her
even seen
yet.
her yet.
Yeah, but she's on the after show. Schwartz is on the after show. Jax is on the after show. Who else was on the after show? The after show is very good. It's very informative. You need to watch the after show for the
I will
Valley.
now that I know, because I look for them on like Instagram and TikTok. I'm like, where are these after shows?
On Peacock.
All right, good to know. I'll watch it on Peacock. Now that I know where to go.
All right. Well, until next time, thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever. Please give us 5-star reviews, share it, subscribe, tell your friends. Bye.
Bye.